Weyerhaeuser, Wisconsin, is saying tune in to Real America's Voice for the truth.
This is Rashad from Boston, Massachusetts, and I love Real America's Voice. It is the best place for real news and content. Much love.
What if watching Real America's Voice was just the beginning?
Proud to introduce the RAV Ambassadors,
the new grassroots platform that turns viewers into leaders, connecting directly with hosts like Steve Bannon, Dr. Gina, and more.
Built by Patriots for Patriots.
Inside the RAV Ambassadors Hub, you'll get exclusive updates, challenges, and behind-the-scenes missions straight from the people shaping the fight for faith and freedom. Every action you take, every share, post, and mission earns you points, badges, and ranks. Compete with Patriots nationwide. Unlock rewards, exclusive gear, even chances to appear on air or attend live RAV events. But this isn't just about watching, it's about doing. Joining campaigns, volunteering locally, standing for truth.
This isn't just a fan platform, it's a movement, one voice at a time.
Scan the QR code or go to ravambassadors.com to join now.
Because America's voice is your voice.
I don't need to tell you this, folks, but President Trump is great. The people around him are great. And you don't really get any better than Caroline Leavitt. She's even exceeded my expectations by a long shot. Just watch this interaction and then watch the Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orban.
That's what he's working on every day, and that's what this administration is doing.
Right now. But you know why they refuse to cover it?
Can I
because they're fake news. That's why. Go ahead.
Can I get her someone?
Sure. Caroline, the Prime Minister would like you to work for him in Hungary.
Please consider.
You know what? That's a very good decision you just made. Please don't leave us, Caroline.
What an unbelievable compliment, really. And it's fabulous. Hey, folks, it's Friday. I'm happy about that. I hope you are too. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Don't forget my website, GrantStinchfield.com. I got a podcast every day about, 12 o'clock Eastern time. Check that out, okay, on Rumble. Subscribe to it. GrantStinchfield.com. Stinchfield's Army Rolls.
If your TV sounds funny in the evening, you're watching live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice.
All right, it is live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse, where we love to be on a Friday night. Real America's Voice all across the country. Glad you're in on a Friday, everybody. Lots to do, lots of news, sports, and odds makers coming up at 9:30. We'll pick all your games for the weekend, college and pro football. The boys are all here. Glad you're in. Wherever you're watching, social media, of course, make sure you follow us at LFS6B, Real America's Voice, at Real AM Voice. Starting here to my right, he's green with envy tonight, the Slickster. Slick Rick's going to have sports. Slickster, how are you?
I'm doing good. Tonight's my anniversary, but I'm here with all you great folks.
Really?
My wife gave me permission.
Really?
24 years ago tonight, we got married in Maui, Hawaii.
24 years ago?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
And she let you come here with us.
Sure, she's glad to get me out of the house. Trust me.
She's been letting them out for 23 years.
Yeah. 24.
All right, very good.
No grace period.
Slick's going to have sports.
Yes.
And on odds makers, how are you? Are you comfortable in your picks tonight?
Nah, I feel 50-50 tonight.
Great.
Yeah, I'm like a Waffle House with this, yeah.
You'll probably do good then.
You're right.
It's the nights you come in very confident, you know.
No, I don't feel confident.
You don't pull a Farmer Brook.
No.
Yeah.
You never say his
I don't think anybody could.
Sitting to Slick's right is the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show, where you can hear right here on 103.9 LI News Radio, although I think the Islanders are playing tonight, so we're not on 103.9 tonight.
And losing admirably out of that, yeah.
He's the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show. Sitting right there is Kevin Downey Jr.
Thank you.
Mr. Downey Jr., how are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Big D. I'm good. I bring messages from Michigan.
Oh, that's right. You were in,
I was in the belly
stand.
of the beast, Dearborn Heights. But tons of our wonderful friends came out to watch the show. That would be Liz and Alex. They brought me a bottle of Detroit Lions wine. So I can only drink it before the postseason because it's going to go bad after that, like it always does for the Lions. And Molly, Tom, Donut Jim, Trumparella, and a bunch of friends of mine from Detroit when I was a little kid came out, and they all say hello and well wishes and all sorts of fun stuff.
All right, very good. Rick Delgado's here. He's going to do the news. Mr. Delgado, how are you?
I am well, Damon. Just to let you know.
Okay, good.
I had an interesting day, though. I spent 6 hours in the hospital.
Why?
Mom had she had a little, what is that thing? The asthma. Yes, change of seasons, it gets colder. She had a little asthma issue. But the bright side of it, she's fine. She'll be okay. I ate very well. The one thing Stony Brook Hospital has is a phenomenal cafeteria. I could have chosen between stuffed turkey with stuffing. I could have chosen the chicken bowl. I could have chosen a freshly made pizza. But no, I went with the prime rib sandwich.
All right, well,
which was delicious.
That sounds good.
While she was getting a
Well, I'm glad she's feeling okay. That's
the most important thing.
Sitting to my left, going to do some news, is Mr. Paul Nolan. Mr. Nolan, how are you?
I am well, my man. How are you?
Very, very good.
I'm going to ask you how you're doing.
I'm doing fine. Had a great day today. Always looking forward to being at the America First Warehouse on a Friday night, where we were here on Tuesday, of course, election night, in one of the cities that was in the, obviously, in the election night spotlight was New York City. And we talked a lot about that. And we have a special guest who's joining us tonight. And, I know you guys are going to be shocked, but please welcome Bill de Blasio to the show.
It's a true story.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Wait. Well, hold on a second.
Clarify this.
That is not the French fry eating communist mayor, a former mayor of New York City that I thought was going to be here. Paul Nolan, who is this?
This is
Who's the good-looking guy?
original Bill de Blasio.
Yes.
Not the fake name Bill de Blasio. This is the real Bill de Blasio, who has better policies than Bill de Blasio.
Okay. So Bill de Blasio, the real Bill de Blasio, how are you?
Doing all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
So you have been actually in the news lately because of your name and because of the former mayor of New York. So pull the mic a little closer to you and tell us exactly what has happened here in the last couple weeks of your life.
Wow. As some of my close friends know, and a lot of people know, this has been going on for at least 12 years. Really before that, when de Blasio was the Brooklyn public advocate, and I think in 2000 he ran Hillary's campaign, so he became well known back then. And what happened was, even as far back as 2000, in the earlier days of the internet, I was getting Christmas cards from judges. I was getting people, my email is my name.
Any cash in those envelopes?
So, invitations to $1,000 plate fundraisers.
Sure.
I'm like, I can't afford this. People asking for jobs, people asking to work with me, et cetera. So it's been going on for a while, but it kind of died out, and I thought it was humorous that I had the same name as this guy. But he was in Brooklyn, and he was, he wasn't famous. And then when he ran for mayor in 2013, that's when my life kind of took a little detour, and it was pretty wild. In the beginning, it was great. My wife could call any restaurant in New York City and just say, I'd like to make a reservation for, I'm calling from Bill de Blasio's office to make a reservation. And every now and then they'd say, you're calling from the mayor's office? And she'd say, I'd rather not say. And we got the reservation. So a lot of times, there were a couple of times I had to show up and show my ID. We went to Del Frisco in the city, and we showed up, and there were probably about 5 or 6 people waiting by the podium. They thought the mayor was coming in, and it's like that Michael Jordan underwear commercial, just total disappointment.
This is like Ferris Bueller, like the Sausage King of Chicago.
Exactly. Abe Froman, yeah. So, but in the beginning, it was great. So my son is here tonight, and he'll remember in 2013, the All-Star game was at Citi Field. And if you guys remember, it was about 97 degrees that day. And I brought my dad. I had the tickets for my dad, my son, and we get to Citi Field, and we go there a lot, so I know my way around. And the main lot, the production trucks are all there because it's the All-Star game, so they had the whole lot shut down. So they were diverting all the vehicles to the tennis center. And my dad at the time, he's 85 now, so he's 74, 73. There's no way he could walk half a mile from the tennis centers or more, from the tennis center with, in that heat. So I know my way around Citi Field, so I went in the back way, and I went to cut around to go in the side entrance, and the cops jumped in front of me. Oh, where are you going? I said, I'm going in the main lot. I said, and they said, well, who do you know? I said, well, I know, my buddies in Brooklyn North, Brooklyn Lawrence, I should say, Midtown North, Midtown South. I threw a few precincts around for my buddy Kevin, and they said, well, you on the list? I said, I don't know. They said, what's your name? I said, Bill de Blasio. They said, Bill de Blasio, let him in. Come on. And the police literally moved out of the way. And, but then Joe Krusty Sargent, he goes, well, hold on a second. Let me see some ID. So I showed him my driver's license. The guy goes, that's Bill de Blasio. And and one of the cops says, Bill de Blasio from the controller's office? I said, yeah. And my sons were in the back. I'm like, Dad, you're going to be in so much trouble. I said, how did I lie? I'm Bill de Blasio. They said, you said you were from the controller's office. I said, oh, I thought you said Bill de Blasio from CenturyLink, because that's where I was working at the time. So now it became a joke. Like now they're all waving us up. They're like calling ahead. Now they're opening gates. By the time it was done, not only do we not pay the $35 for parking at the time, we literally parked from here to you from the stadium. And my dad thought that was the greatest thing in the world, And my sons were very, they enjoyed it, but they were like, Dad, you're going to be in so much trouble. I go,
so
what are we doing?
Let's jump forward to recently, because you were nice enough to share this email chain. So obviously, Mondami's been running for New York City mayor, and de Blasio's actually kind of been in the news, a little bit here and there. So you get an email, and I won't say the guy's name, but I'll say from where it was, and that was from the London Times.
That's no small-time paper.
No small-time paper. And the London Times writes you and says, Dear Mr. de Blasio, my name is... and I'm a reporter with the Times of London based in New York. I'm working on an article looking at Zohan Mondami's policy plans and their estimated costs, and I wondered if you'd be available for an interview. I greatly appreciate your insights on Mr. Mondami's ambitious agenda, potential obstacles, and whether the sums add up. I'm planning to file on Monday afternoon, so anytime before that would be great. So you get this, and what are you thinking?
Well, for me, it's just an endless. This is just the 1,000th time.
Just another day.
Just another day. I get these things all the time. I think 98% of all the information and all the people that reach out to me, they hate my guts. They can't stand Mayor de Blasio. You're a jerk. They call me the most horrible, vile names. You suck. I wish you were dead. I mean, really. I mean, like horrible things. And it really kicked up during COVID when people were home and angry. And it was amazing. And about 2% of it is like really like legitimate, sad people asking for help. So I had to learn what the hotline was for the New York City for helps and work and things to get people aid. And I reply kindly to those people. But in general, some of these people are just lunatics. And in the beginning, I just delete them or I tell them to go to hell, or whatever. But then after a while, I started putting it on Facebook. So my friends, they've been entertained by this for the past 12 years. And I take the screenshots just like what I said to you, and I put it on Facebook. And people get a great kick out of these people, because sometimes I can keep them going for a while. I think eventually, if there's back and forth, the way most of it was through emails and through Facebook Messenger, as if the mayor would answer them through Facebook Messenger. That's the best part. So I have a whole bunch of these back and forths, and people get crazy. I mean, people just like, and people would call up and say, why did you open the schools today? There's too much snow on the ground. And I'd be like, so what happens if you just answer them like a jerk right away, then they disappear. So I'd like to entertain my friends and entertain myself. So I'd kind of answer them very seriously, like, oh, well, what do you think I should have done? Help me out here. I'm just mayor for a few months. Like, this is my first winter. Yeah. And they would answer and like give me all these bullet points on what I should be doing. Oh. And so what I realized was I would start answering them back seriously, but then throw in like a little tiny bit of crazy, at the end, like in the email, just just to kind of lure them in.
So your email back to the Times, you actually, and I don't know if you actually legitimately did this as Bill de Blasio, just a guy who's looking at this guy's policies. Yeah. You say, these policies really don't add up. I'm looking at what's here, and so you send an email back with the work that you do to look at to kind of answer the guy's questions.
Right.
And He says, thank you very much for getting back to me. I wonder if it'd be possible to use your comments in paragraphs 2 and 3 for the article. And you say, yes, absolutely. Have a great day. And you're thinking to yourself, well, I mean,
I never thought it would make it, make it to print or be posted, published online.
And then a couple days later, the LA Times prints an article with your quotes directly in it as Bill de Blasio.
Right. It was up and down so fast. I think it was about 2 hours before somehow Mayor de Blasio found out about it and demanded they take it down. And that was so I didn't even see it. It was down so fast. But obviously, people have screenshotted it, for the archives, and I've seen it. And it was, so what happened was, I like as a joke, I'm like, okay, I took exactly what Mayor de Blasio said, and I said the complete opposite. And then, my friend Johnny B, and we ran it through ChatGPT, and it came out and looked pretty professional looking. But then at the end, I threw in like a little bit of crazy. Like I said, well, if you have any questions, consult my aides. And I listed, a couple of buddies of mine.
We only got 30 seconds, but so then you got invited on CNN with Bill de Blasio, the real, the mayor, the communist.
And he was very gracious. He was a good sport about it. He said I was better looking, so I mean,
I heard that.
it was pretty wild,
Well, I mean, that's an amazing story, and we appreciate coming down and telling us that.
Well done.
Bill de Blasio, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night. Consult my friends. All right, we're back. News, sports. We'll get it kicked off right after this.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, Kim Thompson. Nice job, Bill.
That was excellent.
That was awesome.
Bill, well done.
Bill de Blasio, well done.
Well done, Bill de Blasio.
Yes. Great job.
Great job. There you go. Remember that?
And the best part about that, he didn't have a chance to get to it, but they tried to turn that story around like he misled them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the case.
Right. They tried to make him out to be the bad guy, like it was a right-wing conspiracy to destroy Mondami.
Yeah. And meanwhile, it was lazy reporting that basically got them busted.
And that's an example of everybody's in a race to be first.
Yeah.
No fact checkers.
No fact checking. No following up with the crazy.
I wonder if that guy got fired.
You'd hope so.
No way.
YouTube super chat, Rick. Drag Black at $40. It's my birthday and I'm feeling generous. Share this money equally amongst yourselves as your Sultan Mondami decrees. Mondani decrees. Yeah, that was nice.
So we'll get none of it.
Thank you.
All right.
I wish we had the clip of Mondami collecting money already.
I heard he's charging $13 a beer at some party he's throwing in Puerto Rico.
He just put out a thing right away. Remember I said I didn't need money?
Yeah.
Send me money.
Send money now.
I thought it was AI. I thought it was a joke.
I didn't believe it at first either. I was like, what are the odds?
Yeah, I'm in
Howdy
the chat.
to the Rumblers.
Did you guys get the rundown?
No.
Nope.
Just sent?
Not yet. Did you text it or you emailed it?
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
The chat.
Oh,
Okay, there
someone
it
in
is.
the chat doesn't.
Just came through.
You guys did a great job, by the way. That's the way you do it. Nice loud applause. Looking good in the camera when the camera comes to you. Keep it up.
Where is the group chat? Sometimes.
Check the pizza.
Just crazy.
Aaron, who's the guest tonight for Odds Makers again? Gina, the Denver Bronco fan, right? Okay, we're going to remember her in the recap tonight from last night's game. Okay. Thank you.
All right, I got the rundown just directly. You sent it to everyone directly?
I don't know. I don't know who's got it. My whole thing looks different here. Studio 6B on a Friday night at the America First Warehouse, where we love to be on Friday nights. Slick's going to do some sports. Kevin Downey Jr., Rick Delgado, Paul Nolan all have the news. Welcome on in. Real America's Voice. We got an odds makers coming up at 9:30. We'll pick all your weekend games against the Las Vegas spread. Aaron, Slick Rick, and we have a guest, of course. Who's our guest tonight, Aaron?
Our guest tonight is Gina, who was on last year's Odds Makers twice. She was good enough to make it back to the playoffs, and she's making it back a third time tonight.
All right, very good. So we'll get to that at 9:30. So lots to do. Let's jump right into it. Let's start with sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow. Our code will give you great savings at checkout, sometimes up to 50, 60% off whatever you put in your cart. Slick's got sports. What's going on, Slickster?
All right, Big D. NHL, let's get right to it. The Rangers and Red Wings tied at 1 in Detroit. Kevin's on top of that game.
Yeah.
16 to go in the second period. 15 to go in the second. Wild over the Islanders, 2-1 at U Bailey Score Arena tonight. Flames and Blackhawks coming up at 9 o'clock. Jets and Sharks, 10 o'clock puck drop. Let's recap that Thursday night football. Now we have Gina. Now I know Gina was is a Denver Bronco fan, and they gave us no help last night. One of the worst games we've had all year was that Thursday night football, where Denver only mustered up 10 points against a floundering Raiders team there, winning 10-7. And Aaron and I came in with a loss on odds makers because we laid 9.5. We laid a lot of chalk.
Yes,
so that cost us last night, and I tell you, I'm really disappointed. So when Gina comes on, odds makers, I'm going to have a bone to pick with her.
Well, it's not her fault. I mean, it's not her fault. You just relax.
Well, she's a Denver fan. Come on, they were home. They were hosting Empower Field. They didn't empower anything for me.
Well,
yeah.
You made the pick.
I know. Anyway, well, speaking of football, let's stay right on it. And Detroit as well, Kevin. Trump to attend Commanders game against Lions to honor military veterans. This is Ryan Morick of Fox News. President Donald Trump will attend Sunday's game between the Washington Commanders and Detroit Lions at Northwest Field in Landover, Maryland. I hope the president doesn't show up and say, I went to the Redskins game, because he just might say that. The Commanders, of course, they changed their name from the Redskins a couple of years ago. Trump will be in attendance to celebrate the veteran commemoration at halftime of the game, joining Commanders owner Josh Harris, also owns the Sixers, does a lousy job with them, in the owner's suite. Pat McAfee first announced the news, citing sources. The Trump administration later confirmed the news by sharing McAfee's report on social media, Big D. This will mark the first NFL game Trump has attended this season. He was at Super Bowl 59, won by the Philadelphia Eagles over the Kansas City Chiefs in New Orleans. So pretty cool, right? President coming out to honor the military. This is a big weekend. Obviously, Veterans Day is on Tuesday, and a lot of the NFL teams will be in their commander gear and their different combat look there. So good stuff, and that'll be fun to see the president out there, Big D. And that's a wrap in sports for you.
All right, very good, Slick. LFS6B is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow. They sponsor sports. Let's get right into the headlines and get into some news, because there's a lot of them. Rick Delgado's got them. Delgado, what's going on?
All right, Damon. Well, like you said, there are a bunch of things going on, a lot of breaking news as well just before showtime. It all has to do with, of course, what is going down when it comes to the DOJ prepping subpoenas into the investigation of one of our favorites, John Brennan, former CIA director for President Barack Obama. The Department of Justice preparing to issue a series of grand jury subpoenas as part of the South Florida-based investigation into the former CIA director, John Brennan. Couldn't happen to a nicer dirtbag. And the probes by the CIA and FBI into the Russian interference into the 2016 election. This coming from MSNBC. Even they can't spin this. They have to write it just the way it is, because that's what's going on. Also, what broke, I don't know if you saw this. This was just breaking as well. Out of Florida, a federal grand jury has now subpoenaed not only former CIA director John Brennan, so they were readying the subpoenas earlier, but they've also got subpoenas out for former FBI officials Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. You remember those two, right?
Come on, bring the bombs away.
The two lovers in the FBI who exchanged more than just memos. Sources say as many as 30 subpoenas related to the federal Russiagate probe could be issued in the next couple of days. I'm with
just
you, KDJ.
Lock up somebody. Just lock up one person.
Right, exactly. because this is all just, it's been going on far too long. Far too many people, and again, we know how this happens, right? They all get in there, they protect because they got it. Somebody brought them in, so they got to protect. You keep what you got, and we'll keep pushing you forward up the line. You'll get promotions. You'll get a nice fat pension. Plus, then you go work in the private sector and collect millions. That's how the scam works, right?
KDJ, how bad does Kash Patel need a win right now?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the stuff with the plane and his girlfriend being in the page, he's got to, he needs a win. Yeah. God, he needs a win.
Yeah, the White House spokesperson confirmed the existence of the grand jury investigation last August, and Attorney General Pam Bondi ordered the probe based on a criminal referral from the DNI Tulsi Gabbard. So let's see what happens as these things go out over the next few days. We'll see who else is attached, what other big names they hopefully will be able to drag in. So that's a bit of good news. And I know we're always like, okay, they talk about it, but we never see anybody punished. We never see anybody arrested. Never. We don't see the 3 a.m. raid. We don't see the perp walks. Well, hopefully some of that will happen now. Speaking of which, and Damon, this is something we were trying to cover last night. We didn't get to it, but with the more than 24 Russia-related subpoenas that have just been sent out, just the news, John Solomon has learned. Well, he actually has an opinion, basically, and you know things are going bad for you when John Solomon is finally bringing it out, and he's going after Pam Bondi. Check this out. Per John Solomon, Bondi's big announcement yesterday, this was from Wednesday, that President Trump's phone records being turned over to Jack Smith was actually a story they had back in April. Here he is talking about it. Cut number 2. Here's John Solomon from Just the News. Cut 2. Check this out.
And yesterday, to give you a sense of where our Attorney General is, she did an Epstein Documents 2.0 on all of us. She did it. She put out this tweet, got a lot of traffic, great Fox News story. Oh my God, guess what I discovered? I discovered that Joe Biden gave up Donald Trump's phone and Mike Pence's phone to Jack Smith. That's great, Madam Attorney General, except that story came out in April. She wasn't even aware that wasn't a new development, but an old development that had been discussed by Senators Grassley and Johnson for months. If you want to fix the perp walk problem, if you want to fix the opportunity to bring accountability, Kash Patel has the evidence. The prosecutors, with the exception of Halligan, are lagging far behind the evidence, and that sand clock is ticking down not only on statute of limitations, but on the time that occurs in between elections. 26 elections already underway. We're missing really valuable time to educate the public. The American people are missing valuable time. I don't think DOJ is getting there. When you see that there was a 6-month delay in this document, when you see the Attorney General presenting something new that is old, she's so far behind the facts, I'm really worried that Donald Trump doesn't have the team that can bring accountability to the Justice Department. That's just my reporting, and by the way, that's what many Justice Department and members of Congress have been saying to me privately over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, so there you have it from basically an unimpeachable source, John Solomon, and it just makes me wonder, now that we see these subpoenas flying out today, these 30 subpoenas, is that her way of responding to say, get the news off of me? Because he just pointed the spotlight at her? I don't know. Begs the question, though.
Well, see, I disagree a little bit with Paul on who needs to win. I think it's the DOJ that needs to win more, meaning Bondi, not Patel. I think the FBI and some of the things they've uncovered, some of the attacks they've stopped, some of the things they've done, I don't necessarily, if someone needs a win, I guess, quote unquote, if you're going to say it that way, I would put it more on Bondi than I would on Kash Patel right now. But, 30 subpoenas, John Solomon, I think, reported at some point he thought there may be 100, 150 of them by the end of the year.
Wow.
So they're certainly in a full court press here to obviously get to the bottom of all of these people. Now we know why Brendan, by the way. Did you see the tape of Brendan at that hearing?
Yeah.
Where that guy shows up and then backstage?
Yep.
Well, I think we kind of know now why he was in the state he was in. That's pretty clear. All right, live from Studio 6B. We'll do more news when we get back right after this, a Friday night from the America First Warehouse.
Chat live in the chat.
All right, Aaron, we're going to try to do KDJ here if you can find somebody to talk to.
On a Friday night.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Yeah. What's that?
Is this microphone on?
Oh, yeah.
Test. Yep, thank you.
Yep.
All right, Pam, you ready? Ready for a big interview?
I was going to ask you.
You need to put your right foot there.
Kevin, get your spot.
We're getting framed up. Yep.
All right, so I'll
just... Can you move your foot a little? That's a little dividing line. Yeah, see the camera? It's blinking now.
I don't know. Just clean me up in the table. That's good. I know. I just.
Isn't it great?
Not at all what I expected. Like you see it, but from outside and coming in, I'm like.
Yep.
Chat.
First time I walked in.
What's Joe got?
Brownie Bo is in there. MAGA
the air
Patriot
conditioning on your set on?
63. John D 6307. Ordinary passenger.
Like, oh my God, it's freezing in here.
Disney World for MAGA.
Rebecca Jordan. Leadman 4. John D 6307. What up?
Oh, it's freezing.
Hassan
I got icicles hanging off my nose pretty soon.
Oh my goodness. Wait, you're cold?
Oh my God.
You're cold.
Freezing in here.
Maybe you should put some socks on with those.
How cold does it have to get outside before you put your big boy shoes on, David?
Yeah.
Wow, you're not cold?
No.
Oh.
But I'm also not barefoot.
I noticed he had shoes on the other night, though, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Oh, he puts on shoes for MTG, but not us.
I think the shoes were for Brian.
Didn't want to get yelled
He
at.
didn't want to hear it. All these guys had. I told Brian these guys didn't want to get Zelensky. They all had jackets on.
Yeah,
They
even I
lost
wore a
their- I
jacket.
told him that.
And pants.
They didn't want to.
Yeah, no more. robes.
Yeah. Don't let-
Damon just got a pedicure, so he wants to show it off.
All right, so this is a Rick and KDJ story.
Hey, Paul.
Which one?
Islanders looking
Steve
real good
Baker?
tonight.
Steve Baker.
Oh, Steve Baker.
Yeah, baby. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Live from Studio 6B here at the most patriotic venue in the world, the America First Warehouse. Let's hear it for the America First Warehouse and Joe the Box. Joe the Box, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, folks, we've got Patriot Pam with us. Let's hear it for Patriot Pam as well. Patriot Pam, why don't you tell everyone where you came from?
Okay, so I originally was born in Queens, New York, from Jamaica, New York.
Yes, Queens.
But I ended up in Maryland and now in Texas. So actually from Texas, I watch you guys every night from Texas on Pluto TV. Love Rob. Absolutely fantastic. The reason I'm here is my family's here from New York. I came to visit. My husband unfortunately passed away, 3 months ago from brain cancer. He loved you guys. Loved you guys. Like I told Slick Rick, I'm like, we bought his calendar 3 years ago, or a couple years ago, and gave it to my niece. It was awesome. So they surprised me and brought me here tonight, and it's an honor to meet you all and be here. I'm a great, again, patriot. My husband was retired Navy. I have a daughter in the Navy. My father was in the Navy, so we all come from a very good veteran background, brother-in-law. So being here was very overwhelming, and I really appreciate all the welcomeness, and it's fantastic. And I have to say on the side note, I'm really sorry for New York right now.
Yeah.
So we are praying for you all. I'm also praying for my daughter who lives in Virginia because she's not having a great time either. But we're going to get there. I'm going to fight for you all, and thank you. I'm glad to be here tonight.
Yeah. God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank
Sorry
you,
for your
Pam.
loss.
Patriot Pam from Texas. Pam, can you look at that camera and say, back to you, Big D?
Back to you, Big D.
Yeah, let's hit Pam.
Very good. Thank you, Pam.
That was awesome.
We are so sorry for your loss.
Yes.
What a sweetheart.
Sorry for
All the way
yours.
from Texas.
Wow.
So just fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
KDJ, of course. Live from Studio 6B on a Friday night at the America First Warehouse, where we love to be on Friday nights. Slick's going to do some sports. Odds makers coming up at 9:30. KDJ, Rick Delgado, Paul Nolan all have the news. And speaking of that, actually, before we get to that, let's do our episode today of, Trump took questions in the what is? I guess where was he have his
White
cabinet
House,
meetings
right?
in the East Room or something?
Yeah.
No, he has
he
cabinet
flattened
room.
that place.
Yeah, wherever he has them. He talked about ending the filibuster. That's a hot topic right now. End the filibuster. Put everybody back to work. Trump takes questions from the Oval Office. That is this edition of Diaper Diplomacy. Roll it, Aaron.
Do you think it's time for Republicans in Congress to change their negotiating position at all?
In what way?
To start making concessions to Democrats?
Well, I think it's time for them to end the filibuster and just put everybody back to work. Vote in voter ID, vote in no mail-in voting except for military, faraway military, and people that are very sick. I'd like to see one-day voting. I'd like to see not 65 days of voting from all over the place. No, I'd like to clean up the elections. The border, we've done a great job. We have a great, strong border now. I'd like to see new rules on immigration that could be fair and good, but rules that you'll never get, rules that they're never going to get. There's so many things we could put in, including tax cuts that we could get, and we could do it all ourselves. But to do that, you have to end the filibuster. The filibuster is, and they'll do it too. They'll immediately do it. What they're going to do is, what the Democrats will do is they're going to make Puerto Rico a state. They're going to make D.C. a state. They're going to pack the court. They're going to end up with more electoral votes. They're going to end up with 4 senators because of the 2 states. And they're going to do this 100%. They would have done it, except Manchin and Sinema got in their way. They would have done it. So if they're going to do it, I would do it. I would do it before them.
And you think
Only like Israel. Israel attacked first. That attack was very, very powerful. I was very much in charge of that. When Israel attacked Iran first, that was a great day for Israel because that attack did more damage than the rest of them put together. What I'd like to see is voter ID. Who wouldn't approve voter ID? The Democrats. Why wouldn't they approve it? Because they cheat. There's only one reason not to. We don't have voter identification.
Look at his car.
And we should have it. If we got rid of the filibuster, in one day you'd have voter identification. The only reason they don't want it is because they cheat.
All right, there you go.
Oh, man.
That was great. I'm always waiting for the baby Mitch McConnell to wet himself.
The baby Mitch is pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think the baby Ayatollah is the one that wet himself.
Yeah.
As soon as he saw the plane coming.
There you go. Our friend Diaper Diplomacy. If you're not following him on X, at Diaper Diplomacy, he does great work, and it's nice of them to let us use those, so we love them. So, all right, let's do some news. Rick and KDJ both sent this story in. I don't know which one of you wants to cover it, but it's a big story. Steve Baker, of course, who now we know why the Biden administration went after him and arrested him.
Yeah.
And I think we have a pretty good idea why, as he gets closer and closer and closer to pulling the kind of pulling the yarn piece by piece until the one that lets it all cave, and he was getting closer, and now we know. What's the story?
It's basically pulling the thread of this whole January 6th pipe bomb story, a story that kind of was a small big deal, but it was overshadowed, and basically the media and law enforcement just try to push it to the side. Hopefully people forgot about it. They didn't want to know about it. One guy that did not let this go was Dan Bongino, way back. Basically, when this thing happened, he thought it was an inside job. He speculated, and now it seems like he could have been right, as Stephen Baker is revealing to Glenn Beck this all broke, and Damon mentioned it, that Stephen Baker was arrested for looking into this story. Well, now that he's out, he's continued doing the investigative work on this story. According to him and Joseph Hanneman, they've spent years working to identify the masked individual who placed pipe bombs near the headquarters of the RNC and DNC on January 5th. So they would be found on January 6th. Now the speculation is that this was the plan if something didn't happen at the Capitol. The Capitol happened. It was, okay, let's cover up the pipe bomb story. Baker, whom the Biden FBI arrested over his January 6th reporting, revealed to The Blaze co-founder Glenn Beck just on Wednesday that they finally looked into the suspect and they pretty much figured out who this person was. Kevin, anything else you wanted to add on this before we get to the first cut?
Yeah, I'd love to. And this is about the cut. Thank you, Rick. Here's what's going on. The same Mr. Baker, he had an article before this where he mentioned that in the video we're about to see, I assume this one, they reduced the frame rate so that it would become very difficult to do a forensic analysis on what they call gait analysis, the way someone walks. So you can watch someone walk, and the gait analysis can help you figure out who that is. It's not as close as a fingerprint, but it will help. So someone went in and they fiddled with that so that they couldn't do that at all. But now that they've gotten it back where they want it, it was the gait analysis that led them to this person. And take it away, Mr. Delgado.
Yeah, just let me say that's what I was going to get to before. This is the win that Kash Patel is going to need, because they're going to let him announce this, that he broke this story. This is going to be his story because he is in the doghouse with the public. So that's where I was going with it before we were talking about it.
Right.
We got chipped out of it.
And you could actually see once this comes out, Dan Bongino might step away from his job at this point, because he said going in, this was going to be his top priority going in. So here's cut number 3. Here's Baker and Glenn Beck talking about basically what they found and pulling on that thread. Cut number 3. Check this out.
Pulling these threads for years, and I pulled one last Wednesday, 2 weeks ago today, rather. And when I pulled this thread, I was so shocked by what I saw, I immediately took it to a source in one of the most important, highest level investigative federal agencies in the country. I immediately took it to our sources there, and I said, you have to see this. After they looked at it for about 2 hours, the response that I got back was, holy F. And then the follow-up response was, she's one of us.
Yeah. So that was a part of it was a much longer interview, of course, but he's getting to the point where they discovered who this person was. And it's basically, I don't know if you've got the picture there, you want to throw this up, Aaron, but this is the picture of Shawnee Kirchhoff. Shawnee Kirchhoff has been named as the Capitol Police officer that is that person who planted these bombs. And here's cut number 4. When Kevin's talking about the gait analysis, this is what he's talking about and how they identify. Cut number 4, check this part out.
What's your confidence level in this story?
I can give you forensic estimates. I will tell you that from gait analysis, that's the analysis of the hoodied bomber on the evening of November 5th, compared to the gait analysis of this individual in private life and at work, that the actual software hit at a 94% accuracy. Then human analysis from the experts in intelligence is much higher. They looked at it and went, my God, that's it. You've got it. And put things in motion as a result of that.
And the things that he's talking about going into motion, Damon, and I don't know if you've heard this, Kevin, is that they are basically Kash Patel and anybody who's investigating this on the FBI side, they are locking down everything to make sure that this is as clean as possible, according to Steve Baker and his sources.
Here's Mr. Baker's X that he put out. I guess this was yesterday. At what time was this? Well, it doesn't matter. He put this out yesterday. He says, update. This is after the interview with Glenn Beck. That I know for sure. After an abundance of counsel from trusted parties within and outside the government, we've hit the pause button so that those interested parties can have some more time to look at the J6 pipe bomber evidence. There are things they need to do internally. This is a real story. When it breaks, it's going to be a huge story. There are a lot of moving parts, but we need to give them time to do what they need to do, and I know everyone is waiting. Believe me, tensions are running high. There have been a lot of sleepless nights the last 2 weeks, but this is a game changer, and we don't want to do anything to jeopardize that right now. I was up at 3:30 a.m. preparing the video clips for release on Glenn's program. Contrary to what so many ex-complainers will say, this is not a hype stunt for views and clicks, and no, the government didn't silence us. Glenn and I both were pretty amped up to put this all out this morning, and we both are very disappointed when the decision to postpone was made. The government's investigation into the J6 pipe bombs was going nowhere just 2 weeks ago. Today, I can tell you that has all changed. A bunch of people got pretty spun up yesterday. Hang tight, it's all coming. And this is the picture that he included with that.
Yeah, and they've got a whole video of tracking her, where she, and you see her placing the bombs.
And they have her name, allegedly?
Yes.
Damn it, I had $100, it was Hillary.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night. We're back right after this.
Nope, don't see him. Chat, live in the chat. Yeah, we do, but it sounds hollow.
Yeah, I'm not here. No, we're hearing, I think, through speakers. No, play one,
really,
I'll tell you.
no.
Can you cut it off from the house and play it? Go ahead.
We just hear the speaker in where you can hear it. That's what it sounds like.
Did that one come through the house or no?
No.
Aaron, your mic's got to be closed though. The sound.
Yeah, you'd have to
so
shut
loud.
your mic.
Do it again.
Okay, now we hear it.
Yeah,
Very
your
low.
mic was open.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it.
Do you think it's time for Republic?
We hear it, but let's say if you're right now like a 10, that's like a 1. What else is there?
Stand next to him or behind him. Stand by your man.
Chat. All right, so the woman, Kevin, I don't know if you heard this. The woman, the Capitol police officer that they say is this person, 6 months after this, she was moved to the
Comment on
FBI.
this briefly. This is stuff to put
So when he says she's one of us, he means she's one of the FBI.
Well, don't keep it short. 'Cause
wow.
There's nothing else
Yeah.
in this segment but you and Slick.
All right, then if we can talk about the banking crisis that looks like it's around the corner and the fight for global supremacy.
That's too big a mission to hand to, a Capitol cop. Because you don't even know where that person's
So I've been following Stephen Baker for a while. There's a lot of talk that this woman is kind of like wonky, and one of the other cops kind of lured her in to be like a boyfriend figure and talked her into being this, key vital player in this. That was so.
Regardless, she still did it. If it's her, then she still did it.
It's personal. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Patriot Ron with us. Let's hear it for Patriot Ron. Stepping up to the mic.
Hey, Ronnie!
Now, Ron, you said something to me earlier. What's that radio show you listen to every morning?
KDJ show.
Whoa, the KDJ. I have a radio show. Did you? I do have a radio show. Thank you for listening. Now, Patriot Ron, what is the best thing Trump has done for you this week?
Well, I can say that Trump is just, he's America first. And to me, that means a lot. He cares about the people. You can see through everything he's doing. And I don't understand how the other people in this country that don't agree with what he's doing don't see it. It's confusing to me.
It steams my clams that he was able to get 2 million people to leave. I think 1.5 million walked out on their own, and he arrested and they chucked out another 500,000, maybe just a little over 2 million. I think that's the greatest thing in the world, but when I say that, they call me all sorts of names. What do you think? 2 million out? Not bad for less than a year, right?
Absolutely, and I will tell you one thing. My family came over legally through Ellis Island. My last name was changed from Insalata to Linsalata, and we're from Italy, obviously. And, you know, we all came over and made a new life here. And I'd like to see that for everyone, you know. So I think the people that come across the wrong way, it's not appropriate.
I got one word for them. You know what it is? Adios. Let's hear it for Patriot Ron. Thank you for stepping up, my friend. Back to you, Big D.
All right, KDJ. Sounded like Ron had to think about what his favorite radio show was in the morning.
He didn't even get the name right. He just got the initials.
Yeah. And then you forced him into making a hostage tape. Yeah. What it sounded like to me.
Now, he was over there. I listen to you every day. And then
I thought I saw the guy blinking SOS.
Please save me. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, live from Studio 6B at the America First Warehouse on a Friday night, where we love to be on Friday nights. Joe the Box and his whole staff. Of course, always so welcoming to have us here. Slick's doing sports. Kevin Downey Jr., Paul Nolan, Rick Delgado are going to cover the news. We got an odds makers coming up at 9:30. We'll pick all your games against the Las Vegas spread, college and pro football. So that's coming up. We have a guest joining us, of course, from the great Live from Studio 6B audience. Follow us on all our social media at LFS6B, pretty much everywhere. All social media except for Instagram, LFS6B Show there at Instagram. And, of course, Real AM Voice for Real America's Voice. Let's do some news with Paul Nolan. And, Mr. Nolan, I see your news has the word, Bitcoin in it. And what's interesting about Bitcoin is that today, the breaking news out of the mayor-elect of New York City is that New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani plans to impose a mandatory tax on all Bitcoin transactions in New York. That broke about 22 minutes ago.
He's off to a good start, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Making friends.
Yep. I think he's going to do everything that we expect him to do.
Yep.
So what's
he
going on?
might as well just say, I hate Whitey. That's his platform.
The only demographic group he didn't address in his victory speech, by the way, was anybody with white skin in New York City.
And white women got him elected.
College educated, yes.
Yeah,
unfortunately, that's what got him educated.
That's the problem.
The universities
indoctrinated.
Indoctrinated.
That's what it was.
Well, you know, people act like he's got this big. There's 8.5 million people live in New York City. He got 1 million votes. There's no overwhelming election there, mandate for him in New York City. There's 1 million. He got 1 million, whatever it was, 1.2 million. There's 8.5 million people who work there or who live there.
Yeah.
There's no big mandate for this Islamist jihadist to come in there and throw all the prayer mats out in front of the Broadway shows. I mean, give me a break.
Well, let's hope we don't turn into London, you know, where people will walk around with water pistols with pig fat in it. So anyway, I don't know. This is big news to me. The Fed The Federal Reserve quietly signaling trouble ahead. Powell injects $29.4 billion into the banking system, which is the biggest repo operation since 2020 COVID. And the U.S. Bank Reserves crashed down to $2.8 trillion, which is its lowest total in God knows how long. So the Federal Reserve injected this essentially liquidity and cash into the markets because there simply isn't enough cash in the banks as we speak. So it provides them with immediate liquidity to avoid tensions in the financial system, like an express loan that they'll repay down the road. This surpasses peaks from the dot-com bubble because the current market is larger and more volatile, but it's not a total panic. What we're seeing here is the Fed is in a panic mode. The injection really signals a deepening strain on the short-term funding in the U.S. markets, with the reserves plunging to really frightening low levels. And the decline reached nearly $102 billion in recent weeks. So this is what I think when you see gold, and we have gold people in the house, $4,000. And when you look at the fact that these ETFs and some of the banks, how they kind of manipulate the market unto itself, we have to see a massive breakout in gold. And when we see that, we all know the U.S. dollar is dead, and we all know that this whole thing we're watching, everything we see on the ground is all just like a shell game for the big macro game that's going on. And there's a giant currency war we're involved in. U.S. has to remain the world reserve currency, and we just got to hope that Trump is doing what I think he's doing, creating a parallel economy. And I really believe that he is going to break us away from the Fed somewhere along the way. And all these steps I see him make, and I can really see us, finally, not being under the thumb of the central bank. So I just think there's a bigger story, but I don't want to. I know Dave, you kind of follow this sort of thing. So
well, blockchain.com came out today on X to talk about this, and they said when people look at this, the Fed pumps $29 billion. They're screaming that QE is back, quantitative easing, and they say that's not really the case. This was a repo, a short-term liquidity bridge, not a stimulus program. A repo, the Fed lends cash overnight to the banks or dealers, taking treasuries back as collateral. Next day, the bank buys them back, plus a little interest. The goal here is to prevent funding markets from seizing up, not to stimulate the markets. Why does this matter? When banks are short on cash, they normally borrow from each other. When the reserves get too low, even overnight markets can freeze. Instead of letting rates spike, or banks dump treasuries at fire sale prices, the Fed steps in with repos to kind of plug the hole. But yes, this $29.4 billion injection tells us something important, and that is that liquidity is getting tight. And if you heard the president today, the president mentioned this in his cabinet meeting. He said we need the U.S. to stay liquid, because if it doesn't stay liquid, bad things can happen, and that's to the point of what's going on here. Reserves are falling, QT is biting, and it's hurting. Last time something like this happened, September of 2019, the repo market blew up. Fed had a pivot. Months later, QE returned. So are we in that situation? We're not sure yet, but that's really what I think this is getting at.
To me, it's a temporary fix on a long-term problem. I mean, this is they'll try to avoid run on the bank, and I just see a lot of the liquidity ended up sliding into the gold market, silver market, other commodity baskets, including Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So,
yeah, I was going to ask David, what do you think this forecast for the crypto?
This?
Community? Yeah,
specifically
like
nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing to worry about?
I think crypto doesn't turn around until QE is officially back, and I don't see that happening till minimum next year. I mean, if we head into recession, I think it'll be then. I mean, and when people go, recession? Well, if you listen to the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, yesterday, he said there's already 3 or 4 sectors that are in recession.
Yeah.
So they're not hiding from it. It's whether the whole economy slips into it. We'll have to wait and see. But things are tight, and the pressure is being felt. There's no doubt about that. All right, live from Studio 6B, quick hour 1, hour 2 when we get back live from the America First Warehouse right after this.
Rick in the YouTubes. I got to shout out Brian Belford. He didn't get a shout out before. He says, hey, I'm in here every night too. So Brian, this shout out's for you, pal. There you go. Brian Belford.
Brian Belford. What chat is he in?
He's in the YouTubes.
In the YouTubes.
As I said, the YouTubes.
In the YouTubes.
That's where I'm rolling.
Slick is in the YouTubes rolling.
I'm rolling in the YouTubes. I got the Michael Sand, Les Dorham, Cats B, Woodrow, Utica Girl.
I'll get one for all of you.
NJ Girl 54, our New Jersey Girl, of course. Trina B.
All right, I'm jumping in the
Gary
Twix
S.
chat. Over on Twix, you got Ann Miller, Dr. Jennifer Irvin. She's a doctor.
Oh,
Racing
Dr.
Banshee. Cassie, Tumbleweed Farmer.
Tumbleweed Farmer.
Tumbleweed Farmer.
I wonder if he knows Farmer Brook.
Mr. Kevin.
Gary Haas.
Man, this is awesome.
Joan Benz 004.
I think Bill Moore said
thank
he's
you,
on his
Aaron.
way up in a few weeks.
KC58.
Aaron, does everyone get to hear your sinister laugh today? Okay. There it is.
It's sinister.
Sinister. Oh, Montana in the house. Look out. Come on now. Big Sky, come in.
Commander Mike on the X chat.
Big Sky?
Live America.
Northwest Montana, right by town. I'm in the pretty.
J Squared 561. Thanks for the repost.
Yellowstone looks like a junkyard.
Really?
If your television sounds funny in the evening, you're watching live from Studio 6B.
All right, hour 2, live from Studio 6B at the America First Warehouse on a Friday night. Glad you're in. Slick's going to do some sports here in a second. Rick Delgado, Kevin Downey Jr., Paul Nolan got the news. Lots to do in hour 2. News, sports, odds makers at 9:30. A busy hour 2 on a Friday night. Thanks for being a part of the show. We always appreciate you giving us a few hours of your weekdays, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday, right here on Real America's Voice, and of course 103.9 LI News Radio. Speaking of LI News Radio, the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show is Kevin Downey Jr. You can hear him 9 to 11 a.m. each and every weekday morning on 103.9 LI News Radio. And right now he's got another great Patriot here at the America First Warehouse. KDJ, who you got?
Thanks, Big D. We've got Patriot Richard all the way in from Montana. Patriot Richard, thanks so much for making the trip. What's on your mind today?
Northwest Montana by Glacier National Park. I sit on my couch. I watch you live every single night. You're my heroes. I came here tonight with 10 of my friends sitting over here. I love the United States of America. Donald J. Trump is the greatest. I'm ultra MAGA, and I have a gift for you.
Ooh.
I am a co-founder of a great company called Sound Money, and one of the parts of the company has a company called My Mint. And so I'm going to give this to you, Kevin. This is 1 ounce of silver. So the meltdown price today, you know, is close to $50.
Wow.
And it's got you and the team. If you like it, I'll bring back one for each of you.
No, we're good with mine.
He's got a radio show.
Richard, thank you so much. What a gift. I'm going to pass it. Well, I'm going to show it to you guys. I'm not going to pass it around because it'll disappear.
Yeah. Heads I win, tails you lose.
We speak a lot about precious metals. Hold your hand out. This is I'm a gold book.
Oh,
Okay?
this guy's dropping gold.
I quit. I can afford to quit.
I bought these gold coins. There's 50 American Eagle 1/10 ounce gold coins. I bought them in the 90s. I bought this for $30 a coin, 50 of them, $1,500. Today, this is over $25,000. So it went from $1,500 to $25,000. How many would agree with me that gold's a good thing?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, let me grab these. Richard, all the way from Montana.
Hey.
And he's got gold in his pocket. And he's parked way over there. Richard, thank you so much, my patriotic friend. Back to you, Big dude.
All right.
Man, who needs Philip Patrick?
Well, we love Philip Patrick. We love Philip Patrick and Birch Gold.
Oh yeah, sound like the Blues.
But now we love now we love this guy and his gold.
Yeah, from Montana.
Yes.
Montana gold.
Delgado, you distract them. I'll get them. All right, live from
He doesn't look like he can outrun me, but he can outrun you. Dan.
I don't think he can outrun his 45, though.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night at the America First Warehouse. Let's do the craziest, the shortest crazy town we've ever done, but it is crazy town. I saw this today, and even though it's about 8 seconds, I absolutely laughed out loud at this level of delusion. Crazy town, roll it, Aaron. Listen up.
The best way to oppose fake news is for people to watch outlets like MSNBC, where you report real news all the time.
Okay.
Right on point.
Sure, Ted Lieu. Okay.
That's coming from Ted Lieu.
The only way to is to watch MSNBC, where you report real news all the time.
All the time.
Okay.
Not just sometimes.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's do some news. Schumer, the Dems unveil alternative shutdown plan. Rick Delgado's got it. What's going on, Delgado?
Yeah, this story broke today, and again, you know, the what is it? The 38th day we are now in the shutdown.
Yeah.
As Chuck Schmucky Schumer and his Democratic friends over there unveil an alternative shutdown plan, and get this, they're asking for a 1-year extension to their Obamacare subsidies.
Yeah.
Of course they are, because they always want to spend your money. Senate Democrats unveiled their alternative plan to reopen the government. That would see an extension of the expiring Obamacare credits for 1 year, according to Chuck Schumer. The Democrat out of New York, there he is, Schmucky, announced a plan in dramatic fashion on the Senate floor. You had to watch him do it. I didn't grab the clip, but he was just fumbling around with these papers trying to figure out where he was supposed to read from. Basically happening on the Senate floor this afternoon. Schumer argued that after the 14 failed votes that he led, on the floor, he wants a continuing resolution, and it's clear we need to try something different, he said. He offered, it's an offer, Damon, to attach a 1-year extension to the expiring Obamacare subsidies that we don't want to pay for, to create a bipartisan committee, because we love committees, that could negotiate further on how to deal with the subsidies after the government reopened. A clear nod to the GOP's position that negotiations won't happen until the government is open. So there you have it. It looks like there's some talking going on behind the scenes about trying to get this through. Democrats, according to Schumer, are ready to clear the way quickly to pass a government funding bill that includes health care affordability, because it's all about what they want in their health care affordability push.
Let me be as clear to the Republicans as I can possibly be. Maintaining or somehow expanding ACA subsidies represents a moral and strategic surrender by this party if they go for this.
Yeah.
Moral and strategic surrender by the Republicans if they do this. Because if you do it now, after 38 days, if you give in now and play to Chuck Schumer's very weak hand, it is a moral and strategic surrender. Because if you do it now, a year from now, guess what they're asking for? They're asking for 10 years. They're asking for 20 years. We already know how hard this is already because the Republicans had no vision on this in 2013. I've talked about it ad nauseum. So it is time for the Republicans to decide. Either you think you have the power here or you think you don't and go cower in the corner. I think you do, and it's time to leverage the power and the position you have to actually get something for what you want. Figure out what your vision is. If your vision is on health care, that we need to unleash the states, then figure out that's what you're going to do and go make a deal and actually extract something from the deal. But you can't just give in and say, okay, we'll extend them for a year so that somehow we can take some credit or be in the sunlight for 5 seconds and think that what are they going to do? Play along after this? You're just going to cave after 38 days? If they do that, they are morally and strategically surrendering and, quite frankly, pathetic.
Well, my opinion on that is I really believe that these neocons and rhinos just get along to go along, and they see Trump as a passing storm. They just think they're going to play the game, and then they're going to get their PAC money. They're going to get their, their campaign financing and their donations. They're going to keep their business going, and I think they're just waiting, for this little turbulent populist movement to roll by. They don't care. Lindsey Graham's. These people don't care. They are not MAGA, and that's where are all the MAGA Republicans in Congress and the Senate. This is a disgusting display of they don't care. They're not in. They're just going along, and they're acting like they care. It's all BS.
Lindsey Graham actually made quite the statement today about how he thought kind of the same along the lines that this was absolutely a non-starter, and it's disgusting that Schumer even brought this up as some kind of alternative plan that should even remotely be considered, quite frankly. But again, we expect this from Schumer. It's not even that it's coming from Schumer. It's the Republicans' lack of vision on health care. Who right now is messaging to the public that you can point to for the Republicans to say, that's what we should be doing on health care? Who?
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody. There's no vision from any single Republican. Maybe DeSantis, a little bit.
And why
he's trying to do it in his state.
Why do you think that is?
Why do I think?
Why do you think there's no vision or plan?
Because the Republican Party has always let the Democrat Party, whether it was Pelosi and Schumer, whether it's Mitch McConnell, whether it's now John Thune, whether it was Paul Ryan, whether it was crying what's his name, the smoker there who was always crying Boehner. The Democrats always figure out a way to take a budget issue when we're in a shutdown or CR or omnibus. They take a budget, they take an issue, and then they unify and they go, here's our messaging. And right now they've taken an issue, they've taken the budget, and they say our messaging is healthcare is unaffordable and it's their fault. And people don't remember that the pain they're feeling came directly from what happened in 2000 when they passed the ACA, and then the Republicans tried to get rid of it in 2013, and Ted Cruz and Mike Lee said, we need to gut this now. We are in a government shutdown. Let's get some concessions for it. Let's gut it if we're going to give them anything, because this is as unpopular a bill as there possibly is. And they didn't do it. Republicans, what did they do at the time? They attacked Cruz and they attacked Lee. They didn't attack the actual health care. They attacked the two senators trying to filibuster and say we need to get something if we're going to give them something. So people now don't remember where the pain came from. They're just seeing skyrocketing bills. They're saying, I'm going to spend $25,000 a year, and they're listening to this party go, well, they're the reason. They don't go back and go, well, in 2013, you guys could have gutted it, and after that, it was pretty much going to be impossible to do it, and you didn't do it. They don't remember where the pain came from. They just know that they're hurting and they need help. And we have no vision. The Republicans don't message anything about, well, anything, but the Democrats, they are shrewd, they are calculated, and they message unified across the party that health care is unavoidable. That's what the topic should be about this shutdown, and they're to blame.
Yeah. And why do you, and I think Paul's question was, why do you think that is?
Because they go along to get along.
Because they're in on it. It's not that they're fighting. They're like, oh my goodness, they outmaneuvered us. Oh my goodness, how did this happen? They're in on it.
They like not being responsible. They like not being the bad guys and laying the blame on the Democrats.
Well,
they are sheep in wolves' clothing.
They all benefit.
They also need to protect the healthcare cartel, which the ACA, enriched and continues to enrich.
Yeah.
These high prices are not the mistake. They're built into the law. This is what was meant to happen.
Yeah, it was designed this way, to be this way, to eventually fail, so they could get to a single-payer plan. That was the design. What's the guy's name? Gruber. He talked about it at length on video. Look it up. Crazy. But it's all. They're all in on it. That's the thing. The Cruz, the Lees, there's few and far between because they're not in on it. And then they get attacked by the guys that they thought were on their team when it's like, wait, you guys are taking my legs out. Why?
The entire healthcare system is such a gigantic, borderless, monolithic Goliath of a machine that can't be stopped, and it feeds everybody money. It's so entrenched in every facet of our lives, the way it's intertwined with the chemical companies and the energy companies. It's a monster that just can't be harnessed at this point.
Yeah, and it's easy to manipulate people's feelings because they're like, yeah, it is terrible. We should do this. That guy makes sense.
Vote for me, I'll give it to you for free.
Right, we're going to give it to you for free. You're going to love it. They're like, oh, yeah, because they know it's too expensive now.
And the care's gotten
And they just
worse.
get sucked in and sucked in. That's why somebody like Mamdani just got elected.
Yeah.
Because they play on the emotions. That's what they do, right?
All right, live from Studio 6B, Hour 2. Odds makers coming up at 9:30. We'll do some sports, some news with Kevin Downey Jr. when we get back right after this. Three reads?
Probably not.
Is that a whole segment?
You're kidding me.
Did I take the whole segment?
All right, KDJ, we can't do, we're not going to have time here.
Okay.
You could divide them up. Do two now and then one later.
Is anyone else going to make it rain with $25,000 at this break? No.
Yeah. All right. This guy's got gold and silver. Who's got the diamonds? Who's got that? Are you a diamond guy? Blood diamonds. You got blood diamonds. He's got more gold.
Kim Thompson, are you watching?
No, let me do. I'll do
Kim
one
Thompson?
here. I'll do one before the odds makers, and then I'll do one in the last one. Not doing three here.
So,
Fran wants me to do all three here.
over there.
I'll just do them here. That's fine. Yep.
What do you want me to do? So I have the best hockey mom my kid used to play with. Just found this on the internet, and she's texting me. And Kim, you are the best hockey mom
Just
ever.
close your mic, Aaron.
And we'll make.
Just close your mic. It's just loud when it's open. Thanks.
I thought he said shut my mic.
No, never cool.
That'd be funny.
That'd be a crazy town.
I'm gonna take these out of here. I can't read them. The eyes are so bad. Okay.
Skip Damon Jones.
Um,
I'm going to skip Damon Jones and do the four head. You're going to do sports now or no?
yeah.
You want to do Damon Jones or do the four headlines? What do you think's better?
Whatever. I don't know. I don't know the story, so you decide.
Okay.
You got Mark Sanchez slotted in this segment either, too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just bounce around with that real quick. I'll buzz through them, you know?
Okay.
I'll buzz through those four.
Terrible.
Also, NCAA.
like the blues. Well, the tax extension deadline may have passed, but for millions of Americans, the real trouble's just beginning. If you missed the October 15th deadline or you owe back taxes, the IRS is ramping up enforcement. Every day you wait only makes things worse. But here's the harsh reality. The IRS can charge a penalty of 5% per month, up to 25% of your total tax bill, just for not filing. That's in addition to what you already owe. The good news, there's still time for Tax Network USA to help. Self-employed or business owner, even if your books are a mess, they've got you covered. Tax Network USA specializes in resolving financial chaos and getting you back on track, and they'll do it fast. With tools like property seizures, bank levies, and wage garnishments, the IRS is applying pressure at levels we've never seen. Well, we haven't seen in at least years. It's not too late, though, to regain control. Your consultation is 100% free. In one short call and a few simple questions, the experts at Tax Network USA can determine how much you can save. Call right now, 1-800-905-8000, 1-800-905-8000, or visit tnusa.com/RAV, tnusa.com/RAV. Let Tax Network USA help before the IRS makes the next move. Well, a new administration in Washington, D.C. has brought a lot of positive changes when it comes to fixing our broken healthcare system, but the reality is that there's only so much the government can do, and if we really want to make America healthy again, it's going to start at home with each and every one of us, and that's, of course, where our friends at The Wellness Company come in. You see and hear from The Wellness Company doctors all the time right here on Real America's Voice, and you know their products are the gold standard for keeping you and your family safe and healthy. The Wellness Company gives you the opportunity to make sure you are prepared for whatever happens with their series of prescription medical kits. Kits that contain an assortment of life-saving medications and guidebooks to assist in the proper use of all medications. Additionally, the Wellness Company offers a variety of products from parasite cleanses to methylene blue to weight loss and to so much more that can help you stay healthy and live a longer and more satisfying life. Make America healthy again starts at home. Do your part. Protect the health of you and your family. Go to twc.health/voice. twc.health/voice today in order. That's www.twc.health/voice. You can use promo code VOICE at checkout to save an additional 10%. Well, every choice we make is an opportunity to stand for freedom, even something as simple as your cell phone service. Here's the truth. Most cell phone providers don't care about you. They just want your money. Well, Patriot Mobile, they're different. For 12 years, they've stood with Americans who believe in faith, family, and freedom, contributing millions of dollars to Christian conservative causes. And the best part is with Patriot Mobile, you don't have to sacrifice quality or service. Patriot Mobile offers premium access on all 3 major U.S. networks, so you'll enjoy the same or better premium coverage as the major carriers. Think switching is complicated? It's not. Keep your number, keep your phone, or you can upgrade. Patriot Mobile's 100% U.S.-based customer team will get you activated in moments. If you're stuck in a contract or you still owe money on your phone, no problem. Patriot Mobile, they have a contract buyout program. So what are you waiting for? Go to patriotmobile.com/RAV, R-A-V, patriotmobile.com/RAV, or call 972-PATRIOT. Use promo code RAV for a free month of service. Switch today. That's patriotmobile.com/RAV, or call 972-PATRIOT. 972-PATRIOT, patriotmobile.com/RAV, promo code RAV for a free month of service from our friends at Patriot Mobile. All right, 21 past the hour. Let's do some sports with Slicker. Then we'll do news with Kevin Downey Jr. Slicker, what's going on?
All right, PD, we'll talk about getting cut. Mark Sanchez out at Fox Sports after stabbing incident arrest. Warner Todd Houston and Breitbart. Fox Sports has finally moved to fire Mark Sanchez after the former Jets player was indicted for attacking a truck driver in downtown Indianapolis back in October. We can confirm that Mark Sanchez is no longer with the network. There will be no further comment at this time. A statement from Fox Sports said, according to Mediaite. Sanchez, who played in the NFL for 10 seasons and spent the most time with the New York Jets, was arrested after an October 4th altercation with a local truck driver who picked up used cooking oil early in the morning as the city prepared for the day. The ex-quarterback and Fox Sports broadcaster was hit with a felony battery charge and 3 misdemeanor charges. He also faces a civil suit from Perry Toole, the 69-year-old truck driver Sanchez allegedly assaulted. If convicted, Sanchez could spend up to 6 years in prison, WRTV TV reported. Paul said 5 more years years with the Jets would be a better punishment. I said that a little in a month, but we wouldn't want to do that to him now, would we?
That's cruel and unusual.
I know.
Crazy.
And a New York Met great got pardoned today, Big D. Trump pardons ex-MLB star Strawberry on tax evasion and drug charges. AP report out of Washington. President Donald Trump has pardoned former New York Mets great Darryl Strawberry of tax evasion and drug charges, citing the 1983 National League Rookie of the Year's post-career embrace of his Christian faith and longtime sobriety. Strawberry was an outfielder and 8-time All-Star, including 7 times with the Mets from the 83 to 1990 seasons. He had 335 homers and had 1,000 ribbies and 221 stolen bases in 17 seasons. Quite the career. I think he had a cup of coffee with the Yankees, too, if I'm not mistaken. Plagued by later legal health and personal problems, Strawberry was indicted for tax evasion and eventually pled guilty in 1995 to a single felony count. That was based on his failure to report $350,000 in income from autographs, personal appearances, and sales of memorabilia. Strawberry agreed to pay more than $430,000 as part of the case. He was diagnosed with colon cancer and underwent surgery and chemotherapy back in '98. Goes on to detail, of course, his long story. It writes like a book, so get the book. But Strawberry did get pardoned by President Donald Trump, recognizing his sobriety and Paul, his faith, which I find very interesting because I know you're a man of faith. And it was really good to see him do that.
God
right?
bless him. That's great to hear because Doc Gooden has not found it. And boy, Doc's a disaster.
No, absolutely no question about it. Yep. Well, Patriots owner, he's not so happy either about Mamdani. Patriots owner Robert Kraft calls Mamdani New York City election sad and victory speech divisive, which we also picked up on when we were here on election night. This is Armando Salguero of Fox Sports. Robert Kraft jokingly explained at the gathering of Blue Square Alliance Against Hate on Thursday how the New York Jets are not one of his favorites because he owns the rival New England Patriots. But he wants the best for New York City anyway, and the election of Zoran Mamdani is not something Kraft is happy about. It's sad to me that a man can get elected in the city of New York, the #1 city in America, with a lot of beliefs. And when I heard him come out and speak after he won, I thought he was going to be more of a unifier. I think he spoke out in a way that showed divisiveness, Kraft said in an exclusive interview with Fox News and Outkick. Mamdani's victory speech was nothing short of a Marxist dictator's teleprompter, trumpeting a new day on which one class of people vanquished another. And I'm going to leave it at that, Big D. So,
all right.
Robert Kraft there.
Yeah, all right. Slick Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. Kevin Downey Jr., you've got a piece at PJ Media, I believe, today. Tell me about it.
I do. Thank you, Big D. I write for PJ Media. Remember, folks, the more of my stuff you read, the more Spy Trail bourbon I get to buy. So dig in.
Good stuff.
Here's what's going on. 2021, 2022, right after Biden took over, let's put it that way. We noticed 96 food processing plants, farms, and whatnot burned down. Magically, this happened just when Biden was bringing in an extra 20 million people we have to feed 3 times a day. Now, this doesn't count. This is just for those 2 years that I found 96 things that have burned down as he was bringing people in. Remember when the shelves were empty and they said, oh, supply chain issues. Well, when you have 20 million more people to feed 3 times a day, folks, obviously supply and demand are going to go nuts. And at the same time, well, we did have some supply issues. We had ships that just, for some reason, magically couldn't unload food. I have long felt that if you want to control people, you go for the food because you'll own them within a day. Most people don't have more than 7 days worth of food at a time. And I, in this article called, I believe Biden tried to starve us or something clever like that, I have found that all of these things magically happen. The 20 million more people, now these chickens are dying. So now we don't have chickens and we don't have eggs. Those are 2 staples. Then, what do you know, 18,000 cows caught on fire. And right as we're doing that, all across Europe, the globalists said, hey, these cow farts are going to ruin the world. We got to save the beavers and save the tree frogs. So we're going to kill tens of thousands of cows all at the same time. But now that Trump is in office, I haven't heard one thing about cow flatulence. And you know what? Suddenly those chickens are back, and we are slowly rebuilding the beef supply.
All right, Kevin Downey Jr. over at PJ Media, how I believe Biden tried to starve us into obedience. Go check it out, pjmedia.com. All right, we're back. Odds Makers coming up for a Friday night when we get back right after this.
You make your pick.
All right, chat live in the chat.
Where's Gina from again?
You know, it's funny, KDJ. Back in 2022, when
Aaron?
a lot of this stuff was happening, we were noticing more than one plane. You ever hear about the planes hitting the food processing
Yep.
plants? There was like a bunch of planes.
A bunch of planes.
And food processing
And
plants.
fires everywhere.
Yeah,
It was like
fires.
100
Fires
food
everywhere.
plants got
At the same time, Biden's cronies, they were playing some gain-of-function games with bird flu.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what do you know? We got to
And-
kill another million birds.
right in Nebraska. Not in.
Yep.
That wasn't in Wuhan. It wasn't in Ukraine. It was in Nebraska.
Yeah. There were, according to this article, 150 incidents between 2021 and 2022 at food processing plants.
150?
150.
And that was just between those years.
Yeah.
Is that Aaron?
Hello.
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 Gina.
Hello. Hi.
Gina.
Hello, Norman.
Gina, where are you from?
Hello.
North Carolina.
Thank you.
Sounds like she's here.
By way of Denver.
No, Slick Rick. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh, I got
sorry.
And I will call you out on national television like you called me.
Why did I told me you were a Denver
I'm a Tom Landry.
Gina.
What do you think of that tough
Emmitt
guy?
Smith, Tony
Someone told me
Dorsett
she was a
fan.
Denver fan. Oh, she's a Dallas fan. That's even worse.
Hey, Gina, your
Wait,
phone
we're
is
playing
silent.
scolded.
You're in trouble, man.
Always.
He's spicy tonight.
Oh, I thought she was a Denver fan. That's what I would. That's
No.
my guy. Okay.
No.
Gina, can you
That's
hear me?
I picked them that game, but no, I'm not a Denver fan.
Okay.
Gina, can you turn your phone sideways, please? I think the control room's talking to you, but you can't hear them. So
I can't hear. Okay, I turned it landscape, so go back the other way.
I don't know.
Your portrait
Your
lock is
portrait
on.
lock is on, so swipe down.
I don't know how to fix that. Oh gosh.
Swipe down from the top right of your phone.
It
Swipe
always
down from the top right, and there's a
Like a
on the
dial.
left-hand side. There's a little lock. It should be red if it's locked. You want to
Oh no.
Oh,
Wow.
orientation.
Oh, no.
I can't figure it out. Oh crud.
It's good. It's
Okay,
good.
it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. 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 Leave
Perfect.
it.
Don't move.
Oh, don't move. Okay.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, 9:30 on November 7th on the East Coast. Slick's doing sports.
The man from Montana is going nuts over here behind KDJ. He loves being here. I think
We love,
Look at him.
we love having him
Patriot
here.
Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patriot Richard's here from Montana, and he's got gold and silver and all kinds of precious metal. He's a walking birch gold tonight.
Yeah.
He's got gold, silver, and all kinds of things
I
on.
think you may,
And go.
yeah, I think you may have seen him with on the Island of Misfit Toys with Rudolph.
And he's got a blue shirt on, Big D. Sound like the Blues.
Yeah, sound like the blue. Sound like the blue shirt Richard. So, and we're going to take Richard out in the parking lot after the show in the dark alley and have a lovely conversation with him.
Yeah, he's got 10 friends with him. Be careful.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of friends that look
These
like
guys aren't going to get it done.
they got a bunch of friends that look like they'll whip our butts. So we're probably not going to do anything, quite frankly. But
Hey, Richard, I'll walk you to your car for $10,000. It's a savings of $15,000.
all right, 31 past the hour. Slick's doing sports. Kevin Downey Jr., Paul Nolan, and Rick Delgado are doing the news. Aaron, are we ready here? All right, it's Friday night, which means it's time now, 9:30, to do the odds makers. All right, here we go. The odds makers here. Growing more popular by the week. And of course, Slick and Aaron throw down and pick all your games. And of course, we always like to involve the live from Studio 6B audience. Gina from North Carolina is back. She was on the odds makers last year, and she did well enough in the regular season to make it back for the playoffs. So we know Gina knows how to pick them. Gina, welcome back. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. How is everyone there?
Everybody here is good. Looking forward to seeing what games you've got. Slick, Aaron, and Gina are going to pick your games for the weekend. I'll start with the Slickster, as I always do. Game number 1, Slick, college football. Where are you going?
All right, Big D. I'm going to Indiana and Penn State. Beaver Stadium, Big D. I think it's going to be a toothless Beaver this weekend because Franklin's been fired, and I think Indiana comes into town and rolls the Nittany Lions. They're laying 14.5 points is the spread that I have. Can you check that? You got the same spread?
Good.
Yeah, so give me the 9-0, number 2 in the country, Indiana Hoosiers over Penn State, who's on the way out, 3-5, and this season's all over.
All right, Indiana minus 14.5. Still a big number against a big-time school in Penn State. Indiana minus 14.5 over Penn State. The Slicks game number 1. Aaron, game number 1, college football. Where are you going?
Game number 1, I'm going to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'm going to take Alabama over LSU minus 10.5. I believe that line's sitting at. LSU is a mess. They've lost 3 of their last 4. They just lost their head coach, and they have to travel to Tuscaloosa. Wilson's making his head coaching debut, and Alabama's won 7 straight, and they have a world of momentum behind them. I don't think LSU is going to be able to keep up whatsoever. Alabama's killing it defensively, and LSU's O-line is not that great. I think Ty Simpson's going to have a great game and win this by double digits for sure.
Oh, for sure. Uh-oh.
For sure.
All right, LSU 5-3 travels to Alabama. 7-1, number 4 Alabama. So that's game number 1 for Aaron. Gina, game number 1. Where are you going?
Roll Tide. I'm going with Aaron. I definitely believe that Alabama's certainly going to win. LSU, everything she said, we got an interim coach there. This is not going to work. Alabama for the win. No ifs, ands, or buts.
All right.
I like it, Gina.
Gina's taking Alabama as well, minus 10.5 over LSU. Game number 2, let's go to the NFL. Slick, where are you going?
Well, I'm rooting for a royal flush for the Tide this weekend, so we'll see what happens there. But I'm going to we got Tampa hosting New England. This is the game of the week, Big D. You got 6-2 Tampa taking on 7-2 New England. New England looking for their 7th straight win. Can you imagine that? Actually, 8th straight win. They started out 0-2. So I'm going to go with Tampa. They're laying 2.5 in this big-time matchup, even though I think Mike Vrabel's done a great job, 4-0 on the road. But I think Drake may be due for a loss. That'd be Drake May. I think Baker and the boys will step up, even though they're banged up at receiver. Obviously, having Mike Williams out on IR, but I still think they come through. They're at home. They're strong in that stadium. So give me the Buccaneers laying 2.5.
All right, Tampa minus 2.5 over the Patriots for Slick game number 2. Aaron, where are you going for game number 2?
I thought you were going to take the Patriots. I'm going to be with you on this one. I'm also taking Tampa Bay over the Patriots minus 2.5 at home. Yes, New England, like Slick said, has been on fire, obviously winning their last 6 or 7 games. Drake May's been killing it, but they just barely escaped the Falcons last week, 24-23. And I honestly do think they're due for a loss. And yes, Mike Evans is out for the year, and they're dealing with injuries, but they're coming off a bye. I think they're going to be fresh and ready to go at home.
All right, Aaron is joining Slickster. Tampa Bay minus 2.5. Gina, where are you going for game number 2?
Arizona over Kansas. Arizona's coming off of a big win with Colorado. Their offense has been performing well, and Kansas' defense is not consistent. So I am going for Arizona.
All right, we're still staying in college football for Gina. Arizona, game number 2 for her. Okay, game number 3, back to the NFL. Slick, where are you going?
Well, Pittsburgh Steelers and LA Chargers, Big D. It's a Sunday night game, 8:20. The 5-3 Steelers, their defense really stepped it up last week by beating the Indianapolis Colts, the big tough team in the league now. And I think the key here will be how the Chargers offensive line can handle TJ Watt, all world. He had a great game last week. Indy had 6 turnovers the Steelers caused, and I really like them looking good. I think QB Justin Herbert's going to be running for his life. He was sacked 6 times last week. He's going to be sacked even more because, I'll tell you one thing, the Steelers defense is a lot better than the Titans defense. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 2.5 on the road in SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California.
All right, Slick's got the Steelers plus 2.5 over the Chargers. Aaron, game number 3, where are you going?
Game number 3, I'm going to Seattle. I'm going to take the Seahawks over the Cardinals minus 6.5, I believe, still at home. I believe the Seahawks are kind of putting the league on notice after their game last week against the Commanders. Sam Darnold is playing very well, and their defense is also doing great. They've given up less than 20 points in 3 straight games, and they've won all of those games. I just don't think Arizona's going to have enough juice to slow down Seattle in Seattle. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
All right, Seahawks minus 6.5 over Arizona at home. Gina, game number 3, where are you going?
Okay, I'm actually going to go with Slick Rick. I am going going to pick the Steelers over the Chargers. Even though he called me out, I am a Cowboys fan, not a Denver fan. But I'm going to go with him with this over the Steelers, hoping for more turnovers since the Chargers seem to have an injury-plagued offensive line. So I'm going Steelers.
All right, Pittsburgh plus 2.5 over the Chargers for Gina's game number 3. Final game. Game number 4, Slick. Where are we going?
I just want to say to Gina, the Cowboys are in a can't-lose situation this weekend because they got the bye. They're not playing, so we can't lose. Big D, Carolina, and New Orleans, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm going to take Carolina. I think they look good. They're laying 5.5, a little bit of points, but New Orleans 1-8, kind of lost. Carolina 5-4, looking to get into that playoff spot. Bryce Young has shown great improvement. They beat Green Bay last week, right? Best team in the NFC, and guess who they're taking on this week? The worst team in the NFC, and I think they're going to win. I think they'll cover. So give me Carolina 5.5 over New Orleans.
All right, Carolina minus 5.5 over New Orleans. Let's go 4:25 on Sunday for Aaron's final game. Aaron, what is it?
This is my game of the week. I'm going to take the Rams over the 49ers minus 4.5 on the road. This game's going to be interesting. These teams met back in week 5, and the Rams lost to the 49ers in L.A. It was one of the best games of the season so far, and they've won every game since that loss. I think they're going to take home the win this weekend. They're superior on offense compared to the 49ers, and their defense is dynamite, especially in the red zone. So I think they're going to go into San Francisco and get this done and to go home.
All right, Rams minus 5 on the road over San Francisco. Game number 4 for Aaron. No, actually, you got 4.5, so we'll give you the 4.5.
Yes.
Gina, game number 4, last game. Where are you going?
Okay, let's try this. Let's go Lions over the Redskins. Sorry, can't call them Commanders. Lions will be motivated to win. They have not lost 2 consecutive games in regular season since October of 2022. Daniels is still out with an elbow injury, so that's why. We're going to go Lions over Redskins.
All right, Detroit minus 8 over Washington for Gina's final game of the week. All right, there you go. A week 10 in the NFL odds makers.
Thanks, Gina.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, there you go. Gina did a great job as always.
Yeah.
Slick and Aaron's picks we'll put up on social media so everybody knows what they're rooting for. If you're rooting for Slick and Aaron, I guess you guys are both on a couple. Well, you're both on Tampa, so we can root for both of you there.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So, all right, very good. Another odds makers in the books. Let's do Paul Nolan. Rebel News has some news here that caught your attention. And what this story has caught everyone's attention, I think, today.
Yeah, without that, this one goes out to my friend Kim Thompson, who's watching for the first time in Arizona. Great hockey mom. Hi, Kim. Yeah, more than 300 ostriches were shot dead by a firing squad in Canada late Thursday, ending a months-long standoff that drew the health secretary, Robert F. Kennedy, and even the billionaire John Katsovatidis. They begged officials in Canada, please don't do this. They tried everything. There was petitions in America here, all across Canada. The mass killing unfolded at Universal Ostrich Farms in Edgewood, British Columbia, hours after the Supreme Court refused to block the federal order to cull the flock due to an avian flu outbreak. The ostriches were part of a healthy flock used in a groundbreaking avian flu antibody research program, yet the government ordered them to be killed without testing to confirm if they were sick. This was a really fascinating study. You look deep into what they were doing. It feels like Big Pharma's got its hands all over this one. It's a little crazy. This comes here from the government that had back-to-back World Economic Forum puppets, and they took away banks from truckers who just wanted to live their lives freely. Canadians and farmers alike continue to demand answers, and outrage grows over the questionable cull, the inhumane handling, and the disturbing signs of government overreach. Also heard from the Universal Ostrich Farm co-owner, Dave Belinsky, who shared his thoughts. He said it was absolutely freaking disgusting after seeing images of the slaughter. How could anyone shoot that many healthy ostrich? I have a clip of this poor guy. The heartbreak. There were so many clips of the family involved, but I kept it down to this one.
You're looking at the image of the ostriches to this morning. What's your reaction?
Absolute friggin' disgust. How could anybody shoot that many healthy ostrich or any animal? My God, it's a massacre. Everybody knows that there was no disease in these birds. The CFIA refused to do a test. They never tested one of them animals. And because they want to destroy the science and the antibody program that's going on, with the explicit help of the court system, where the courts would not look at any data, any scientific reports or information after the first initial PCR test when nobody knew what it was. The CFIA blocked all of our expert opinions.
Man, that's what government overreach looks like, and government will never stop overreaching unless we, the people, continue to keep them at bay.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It kind of mirrors the Peanut the Squirrel story in New York just a year ago. I mean, there was no science testing that they were doing and no antibodies that this guy was working on. But there's a simple thing where you've got wild animals or animals that they don't want you to have, that the government decides they're just going to annihilate them. And that's exactly what happened in Canada. It happened in New York as well.
All right, we'll wrap it up from the America First Warehouse right after this. Real America's Voice live from Studio 6B. We're back right after this.
Well, the NCAA.
You couldn't take one pro. Let the man have his moment.
I saw that. I couldn't tell you one of them. They all played for some obscure
Mississippi State,
New Orleans, something or other.
Yeah, Arizona.
They couldn't even fly.
That guy was so Canadian, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Matt Miller.
Did you guys see there was a carjacking at the LIRR Ronkonkoma station?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Yeah, did you see the suspects? Well,
In August? Why did it come out today then?
because they charged them. Yeah.
Oh, who are the suspects?
You know.
You know. Yeah.
Nice Irish kids.
What?
You're
I don't know.
Your mic's on. You know.
Kev, you got a Q&A here or no?
What's that?
You have a Q&A here?
Oh, Q&A. Come on. We need one more victim.
Who wants to talk to Kevin? All right.
All right.
We have another victim.
Come on.
All right, so Rick, I'll come to you first since he's doing Q&A.
5-2.
Then I'll go back to him.
That's what we're going to see all year.
Minnesota's a good team.
Paul, you got that right?
What's that?
I sent you that thing you wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's from California, right?
No.
California.
Oh, that's
Last segment coming in.
That's
Last
Venezuela.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's funny. We're bombing boats there. No one knows where Venezuela is on a map.
I got to shout out Mary Lynn Schwab. She's in the chat every night.
Mary Lynn Schwab?
Yep, in the YouTubes. Mary Lynn, much love.
She's in the Schwabs. Okie dokie.
Okay. Not sure that's
Was
a
that
great one, but
Florida deputy was killed as well after responding to a crash.
yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
I'm actually reading it now.
Florida deputy.
Yeah, I got pants.
Where?
That was a scary thought.
Yeah.
Why are you still, Joe? Why are you still thinking about me without pants on? That's the question. What's wrong with you? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! What?
Patriotic Americans from around the world. We know you're watching all over the place, and we're happy to have you here at the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in the galaxy. Is it not, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Folks, we've got Patriot Diane with us. Patriot Diane, what's steaming your clams tonight?
Well, there's been a lot of discussion about the filibuster rule and whether or not we should keep it or do away with it. And I know Trump has been really lobbying to get rid of it. And I know he wants to do it, I guess, also to break this logjam here, but also he wants to do it because he wants to be able to get his agenda through. And I know he has good instincts. And at first I was against this, but like I said, he has a lot of foresight. And I think what he's saying is that in order to get his agenda through, I think this is going to be a necessary step, even though it's not a perfect solution. But he's saying if the Republicans don't do it, then the Democrats are going to end up doing it, and then the agenda will be blocked forever.
Yeah, and you know, they might make Puerto Rico a state. They could make Guam a state. They could make D.C. a state. They can make Canada. I'm kidding. They kill ostriches. We don't want to go near those animals. All right, let's talk about that for a moment. Diane, can you do me a favor? Look at that camera and say, back to you, Big D.
Back to you, Big D.
All right, Patriot Diane.
Wait. So before we leave, just quickly, so where do you fall on it now?
I'm thinking that there probably is a good argument for it. I think Trump's instincts are good, and I think that he wants his agenda passed. And I mean, all those executive orders, they're great, but until they're not, when they're overturned by the next administration. So I think it's worth considering.
Okay, very good. All right, Kevin Downey Jr. Here at the America First Warehouse. Another great, thoughtful question. And there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the filibuster. We talked a little bit about it last night. I've talked a lot about it on social media today. So let's get to a couple of the stories before we have to wrap it up, though. Rick Delgado's got one. What's going on, Delgado?
All right, Damon. Well, as you know, President Trump, very busy all the time. As a matter of fact, he was busy today with Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban at the White House as they discussed Russian energy, among other things. The allowance to keep Russian oil and gas flowing into Hungary is a sign of a close affinity between the two leaders, even though President Trump doesn't want any of our allies buying Russian oil and gas. He's allowing it to slide for now. During the question and answer session, they were talking. One reporter tried to talk to President Trump or ask him regarding affordability, and this is where he decided to invite his own press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, into the fray. Here it is, cut number 5. Check this out today at the White House. President Trump, cut 5.
He signed the largest middle-class tax cut in 6 months. In 6 months, in record time, putting more money back into the American people's pockets. So affordability is what the American people elected this president to do, and he is doing it, and you guys refuse to cover it, and you refuse to cover that the previous administration created the worst unaffordability crisis in American history. And I've been watching the TV all day saying that he doesn't want to talk about affordability. That's what he's working on every day, and that's what this administration is doing.
Right now. But you know why they refuse to cover it?
Can I
because they're fake news. That's why. Go ahead.
Can I get through for a moment?
Sure. Caroline, the Prime Minister would like you to work for him in Hungary. You know what? That's a very good decision you just made. Please don't leave us, Caroline.
So there you have it. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban requesting Caroline Leavitt come do some side work. You know, maybe on weekends she can fly over and take care of things in Hungary for him.
Orban's the man.
Yeah, he is.
All right, very good, Rick Delgado. Kevin Downey Jr. has got another story I want to just grab quickly because I've heard a lot of talk about this. Our friend Mike Crispy was in New Jersey covering New Jersey on election night for us here while we were here at the America First Warehouse, and he's had a lot to say about this post-election night. KDJ, what's this story?
Well, we always know, folks, that don't trust the polls. They're probably going to get it wrong. Every pollster got this one wrong, and by a shocking number. Democratic Representative Mikey Sherrill won 56% and beat Jack Ciattarelli, who had 43%. But here's where it gets funky. Here's the fun part. It looks like there were over 500,000 more voters this time. 500,000 more voters in New Jersey, which is actually more than twice of the population growth. And when I say population growth, that means kids too, as well as adults moving there. So they had an extra 500,000 votes, more than ever. And virtually all of them went to Mikey Sherrill, which is almost, well, it's a statistical impossibility is really what it is. And yeah, a little cheating is what I think is going on here. And Jack Ciattarelli, he's been a little quiet about it, but everyone involved has said there's absolutely no way this could happen. Kind of, how Joe Biden got 81 million votes last time. Many of those people did. At least 10 million didn't show up for Kamala Lala Ding Dong. And that's what we call a clue over at the Academy, that something is not right here. And now people are starting to look into this. If they can prove it, then Jack might have the gig. But keep in mind who's been running New Jersey forever. Well, the Democrats. New Jersey, though not the biggest state, has probably one of the largest number of political schemes and scandals over the past 25 years. They need to put an enema hose in. I don't know, start with Weehawken and just clear out the whole state. But that's what's going on. This comes from our friends at Right Angle News Network. And I'm going to keep on top of this because I like to mock them.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, real quick on that, have they identified what area they think all these extra 500,000 people came from?
As of yesterday, actually last night when this came out, they have not yet looked into it. However, as soon as they do, I'm going to look to see if it's the same places, because there's, I think there are 4 counties where the machines stop working again. And when those machines stop working, well, ta-da, they're always in Republican strongholds. So that's what I'm trying to look into now.
So you're saying the Democrats are going to investigate themselves and find nothing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The thing about New Jersey, I've seen a lot of posting on this, but the one thing I did see that you kind of go, is that Democrats in New Jersey are very unpopular right now, even though she still, supposedly won.
Yeah.
You look at Mondami, 8.5 million people, only a little over 1 million voted for him. So every other place you look, the number of votes these candidates got as opposed to what we saw in the presidential election in 24 were all way down. In New Jersey, with Democrats being unpopular as they are, somehow they're on pace to skyrocket. The Democrat will have 2 million votes at the rate they're growing their votes seemingly in New Jersey by the next time we have an election there, which is an outlier from every other place we saw Tuesday night, where the votes were down as compared to what we saw in the presidential election in 24. And again, the Democrats are not that popular in New Jersey right now.
No, and 14 Democratic mayors came out to say, we got to go with Jack on this one. I've never seen 14 mayors in a deep blue state say, let's go with the Republican this time.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah, and not only that, real quick, just to jump in, Pennsylvania suffered the same shenanigans on Tuesday as well, with a bunch of what do you call it?
Supreme Court?
No, the machine stopped working. People were told not to come out. They were sent away. They had to vote on provisional ballots, even though the
bomb
ballots
threats.
were there. Yeah,
bomb threats all over New Jersey.
Yep.
We'll come back in an hour, guys.
As always, we salute our military, active and inactive, police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, all emergency personnel, everybody that keeps the country safe and moving forward. Thanks, guys, on the show. Aaron, Fran, great job as always. Most of all, thank you, live from Studio 6B audience here at the America First Warehouse. Joe the Box and his staff. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back Monday night. Back in the studio, live from Studio 6B.